Doing all right?
Long time no see.
Yeah, fucking A. Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. How's things out there?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Busy. Shit like
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah.
That's good. We're not busy at all out here.
Yeah, right.
Busy but not busy.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Is that the better half behind you I can hear?
Yep. Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, that's
Good.
good.
Hi.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So
Yeah. I'm a
how's your
camera
experience
woman
been
tonight.
with the FXR Tour build?
How's the experience been?
Yeah.
Wild, man. Fucking
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Are you
Uh,
excited for the deadline to come up really quickly?
excited. Yeah, anxious, excited. Yeah, all
Yeah.
those.
That's been like I only built a bike one time on a deadline, and it was I had it done like the night before, like it was like last minute, and it was building a bike on a deadline. I think is really hard,
Yeah, fucking A. Like
because
we had like a minor deadline on a build that we did last year, like with a group of friends and stuff to go on a real long ride and shit, and that was pretty weird experience, like the
yeah,
stress and the late nights, all that stuff. But
yeah, and I think building a bike, no matter what, you got those late nights and stuff, but when you have those late nights and you get to everything, you can be meticulous about everything and really look at stuff, and it doesn't go as crazy as like once the deadline gets up closer and closer and closer. It's unfortunate, but sometimes you just got to say, fuck it, that's good enough. You know what I mean?
yeah, the
You-
compromises,
yeah,
and then yeah, there's been a handful of compromises and workarounds and stuff like that. It's
yeah.
it's really been crazy.
And even if you plan ahead of time, you can only do so much planning, and that fucking deadline still sneaks up on you, and you're still working on that bike the
Oh
night
yeah, man.
before. You
Waking up in
know?
the middle of the night, like,
Oh,
what the fucking
yeah,
front brake line?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like you can only have so many lists, but
Mhm.
it's crazy because like where I think the FXR Tour is unique and its design is that you guys are all over the place, and you guys are going to this year you guys are meeting at Paul's shop. You know what I mean, right? So that's the first location of the ride. So it's not like
Yep.
you're building a bike and then you just got to go down the street. You know what I mean? Some people have to travel close, but some people have to travel from a distance. Because where are you located at?
Montrose, Colorado.
Yeah, so you're a
So we're on
distance.
like the western side of Colorado.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a distance. I mean, you're gonna have to travel several hours to get to Paul's shop.
Oh yeah, it's 1,000 miles.
Oh, geez, yeah. I thought it was
Yeah.
closer, but yeah,
No, our
that's
trip our trip is just over. It's like 3,200 or 3,500 by the time we're
yeah.
back home.
So, are you gonna trailer to Paul's, or are you gonna ride to Paul's?
Yeah, we have a plan for truck and trailer, and then
Yep,
my fiance's bike,
yep,
my daily jalopy,
yep,
the tour bike, and some mini bikes,
yep.
and then
You're doing
another
the
one of my
full.
buddies' FXRs is going in the trailer too. So.
Oh, you're having the full kit at Texas then.
Oh yeah, tools, everything, easy up, all that, and then he gets to fly there, so he's gonna fly, and then I'm
Yep.
taking the flight. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, see, it's a very I do like the setup of it in a very unique way. Like I said, it's neat to see that again. You guys got to do these bikes. The deadline to get them done because then you have to account for the travel time.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah, of course.
obviously you got to have shakedown time. I mean, as much as you can allow with
Hmm.
it's just it's a I can only mine was very I had a deadline, but mine was just getting the bike to Born Free. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then it left with Harley anyway, so it didn't really matter if the bike was ready to ride or not. Nobody was riding it. You know what I mean? They had to pull it out of a
Yeah.
semi. They weren't doing shit with it. So in reality, it's like, oh, you could like leave things kind of like,
No, there's this whole other aspect to it
yeah,
that's insane. It can't just be a show like show bike level, and then
yep,
yeah, hey, we're gonna fucking fuck them up.
yeah. You're gonna still ride it 1,500 miles the day after you're done. So let's go.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I
That's
liked when they
I
did the.
have an earlier deadline than that, but it just bink, bink, bink,
Oh
bink,
yeah,
bink, all these
oh
little
yeah.
fucking.
I mean, life gets in the way. Deadlines get pushed back further. I got a little bit more time. I get a little bit more time, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, I don't have any more time.
Yeah, the compromises and the workarounds, and then it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, that 3 more days for parts on that, and then 4 more days. Yeah,
yeah.
man. Hopefully, I just don't
and
end up with
let's
any
be honest.
ulcers or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
just come out healthy and shit.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest too. The bikes are a very big financial burden on our lives.
Oh, dude, this has been my biggest financial burden of my life so far.
Yeah. Now we know how
For
Tiger
real.
King felt.
Yeah. Shit.
So let's see this bad boy. I mean, to give us the let's talk about it first. Give us a rundown
Okay.
of kind of what you're doing.
So like working here at Georgia
Yep.
Cycle Shop in Montrose.
Yep.
I've gotten to like ride a bunch of bikes, like a variety of stuff, a lot of FXRs, and work on them and all this, and everything that goes along with it. Being in a shop and stuff. And I've said it since like not the beginning, but probably since I started working here that FXRs and choppers are a lot alike. They have problems. They end up in the wrong hands and
Oh yes.
everything else.
Oh
And
yes. Oh yes.
I've always been like, man, I want to get rid of all the rubber in a Softail or in a FXR and put a Softail drivetrain and counterbalancers. It really makes sense. And
Yep.
so when it came around, it was like, well, I already have this B motor, and I think I could do it. So it's a TC88B, the twin cam balance motor. It's a
Yep.
96 cubic inch, 6 speed. That's all Harley Davidson stuff, all Harley. Dyna 49 millimeter front end, and well, let me spin it around. It'll be easier.
Yep. Let's check her.
Let's see. You're gonna have to. All right. So Speed Merchant trees, 49 millimeter Dyna front end, like the forks and tubes. Everything's from Harley Davidson.
Yep.
Headlights like out of the new Softails,
Yep.
the LED headlight.
Yep.
Did Performance Machine controls up on the handlebars.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, I like them so far. We'll see.
Yeah.
Headlight relocation, bucket, all that. The little mini nacelle.
Yep.
Doing the S&S Daytona 2 into 2, 2 into 1
Yep.
into 2, or whatever they freaking call it.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Carbureted. What else? Standalone Thunderheart ignition.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had to
I like
switch up
those.
my wheels. So
So
you're like, this is kind of a reveal.
yeah, those are the wheels you're going to be running.
Yeah. The
I
Pan
like that.
America wheels, the offset was too much to overcome in the rear.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the machining was just like real scary on how much it was going to leave behind between shortening the cush drive and also going in on the rim too. Oh, look at this! I haven't shown nobody this. This is paint color.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it turned out good. I get the rest of it Sunday.
They teased you with just a fender. Here's a fender.
It's done. The rest of it's a little more intricate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I got my belt set up today. All that. Everyone's seen my big mishap with Paul's axle. I can't believe that. That was
Yeah.
a huge setback. So there's a stock one in there now. There's a new one coming.
Yeah,
But
like I said, man, I've been there, done that. I did that too. I had his narrow 49 millimeter trees and mocked it up with in the with the stem and just seized it on the stem right away.
oh man, yeah, I was doing like I wanted a tight mock up because so I can get my rear brake line length and all that stuff, and ended up I heard it when I did it. I was doing it by hand and I heard it, oh no, and instantly grabbed a ratchet and went a little looser, a little tighter, put PB on it. I tried like everything, I knew what that noise was as soon as it happened.
Yeah,
My
that's
stomach just dropped.
yeah. What a crazy. I mean, it's a crazy thing that stainless does. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, that was devastating. I had to cut a spacer in half, cut that axle in half, not hit the swing arm, don't hit the wheel, don't hit the brake stay. All this, man, it was a devastating night to say like the least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you said you were trying to run the Pan America for the cush drive stuff. Now, with the wheel change, did you look at like Alley Art actually makes a universal cush drive system that you would it the cush drive bucket, basically you mount the cush drive bucket to the hub, and
Yes.
then you would use their cush drive chain kit.
So the Pan America is chain driven. The problem is that the chain runs so far out, like literally like down the swing arm on the Pan America,
Hmm.
that it was just way too far out. And then removing that material off the rim and the push drive to get it to come in. And I also looked at like the push drives off of the new Sportsters and stuff because they're real similar. I just couldn't engineer it in my little brain.
Yeah, I got you. Can you move the phone a little closer to you, just for audio?
Yeah.
The audio is getting real echoey.
Let's see. Is that better?
Yes, much better, much better.
Awesome.
Yeah. So basically that cold. Now, when did you decide to go with these wheels that you're going with?
Uh, I've kept them off camera and offline. I was actually going to keep them a secret, or as long as I could, maybe not till the end, just to have like a couple like special things, you know. But
Yep.
maybe a month or two ago now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 6 weeks, I bet.
Yeah. So you dealt with that Pan America deal a bit ago now. It's
Oh yeah, man. I was going back and forth. That was still when the frame was bare and all that, and
gotcha.
it was so less or absolutely like not nothing, but there was less machining with the front wheel, but a whole bunch of work with the back wheel. With these, I have to machine the front wheel, which is like a lot easier than doing the drive and getting all that stuff to be happy. And then also, like when you shrink all that stuff inside of that housing, the cush drive has to go somewhere too. So the cush drive has to shrink, and
yeah.
so I couldn't find much in the way of like a workaround. And I love those rims. They say Harley Davidson on them. You know, they're tough as shit because they're made for a 150 horsepower bike. So
Yeah.
end up use and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, those are perfect fit. The first time I seen them, I was like, I want to put those on a bike. And like that's a majority of this is like, man, I really want to put that on a bike. Man, I want to see how that is on a bike. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome though. I think it seems like, I mean, just looking at what you have together and talking to you about it, it almost seems like you have a similar outlook. Like you like custom bike that looks factory. Am I correct on that?
So yeah, like as far as like the fitment of the motor and all that stuff, I definitely didn't want it to look like square peg and a round hole and stuff. And that was like huge in the beginning. There was like I was stressing at the beginning of it because I announced what I was going to do and everything, and then I was like, oh my gosh, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so as far as like the fitment goes, I wanted it to look like it came from Harley that way.
Yeah.
When people see the paint and a couple of like the other touches, I want it to look like an FXR that was built in the 90s that got updated in the 2020s, you know?
Yep.
So the modern parts and the mid controls and the wheels and the good brakes, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, the things that help you.
Really a mixture of like a factory custom updated bike.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have the front wheel already on? I didn't. You don't.
No, right? So dude, that's a long story. Got the wheel. The measurements that I got from the internet seemed like I was like, okay, I got to just move a couple things in. And I had seen Corey from Main Drive Cycles. His bike's big time inspiration for a lot of my stuff, like bagger wheels and the bagger swing arm and all that stuff. I seen him do it first. You know, I know that other people have done it, but that's who I seen. And so I knew that I wanted those items.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the reason, you know. And so that front wheel, let's see, I took it to the first machinist, and he was pumped. He's a younger dude. He likes motorcycles. He's just starting out in the machining world. He's got a CNC and a couple manual deals. And
yep.
So he was pumped and super eager to like do it. And took the wheel out to him, and he's like 2.5 hours away, 2 hours away, probably, like in one direction. And,
oh wow.
His shop, yeah. So I take it out there. I get him laid out on what I need, where I need to cut, what's going on, all that. And he's like, "Okay, I need to get some tooling. I need to build a way to hold it, all this stuff, and we're gonna rock and roll." And that was like 1 week went by, and then I was like, "Hey man, what's up? Like, where are we at?" And then it was, "Oh, I need a new interface cord for my CNC machine. Mine's down." And then I was like, "Man, we are just wasting too much time." I'm like super bummed, but
Yeah.
so I had to take it out of his hands, and then went to, I don't know, eight machine shops around Grand Junction, Delta, Ecker, Orchard City, everywhere, and talked to all these guys and just got rejection after rejection. They're thinking I was crazy, and you want us to remove what from this wheel?
Oh
And
wow.
it's so nuts because the hubs are so big, they're so beefy and stuff. And finally, I found a guy. His name's Bill, Abrasive Edge in Orchard City, and he's only about 30, 45 minutes away. So it's still a drive. Everything's a drive. We're super rural around here. My painter is like over an hour away. It's as many miles as like as much time, and it's been great.
Yeah.
But Bill's awesome. He was laughing at the other machinists and stuff. He was like, "I couldn't believe that. This is no problem." Had a good start, relieving all the stuff that I need to make it fit within those dimensions.
Yep.
And brought it back, and I literally need like a tiny bit more, a couple of edges chamfered, and then it's back to me tomorrow. So
nice.
Rock and rolling on the front wheel and all that.
Yep.
The nightmare of the front wheel, the nightmare of these wheels, and they're like a big part of the build. I could have went with like another bagger wheel and probably had like a lot less headaches. Especially like those enforcers and stuff. They already have that little tiny hub up front. But yeah, I really wanted to stick with the spokes and then the external spokes, the tubeless rims. So that's where the Pan America was really selected.
Oh shit! I forgot to turn my compressor off.
I almost did.
Oh.
What?
Someone asked a question. They said, "Do you really have to cut your FXR frame to put a twin cam? They don't want to cut their frame."
So about cutting you do a TC88B. There's other guys out there that build twin cam FXRs that will be able to answer all those questions much better.
Yeah, I've never done one. I don't know. I mean, I know like Ramjet makes a kit. If Shelton is still in here, I think Shelton uses Ramjet's kit. Shelton, are you still in here?
Yep.
No, Shelton.
Oh.
I don't. He didn't respond, so I'm assuming he's not in here. But
so I've been told that they'll go in. You can leave even the kickstand and stuff, but this is what I've been told. So it's not the gospel.
Yeah,
but
I've never done a twin cam swap on a FXR. I have big motors, and then I have a shovel head. So, I keep it original-ish.
This is my first FXR. This is my first twin cam swapped FXR. There's a lot. I've worked on plenty of them, and we've done like partial builds and customizations and all that, but this is like 100% my first frame up FXR build.
Yeah, and so how long have you built frame up bikes before, or is this first on that as well?
No, I have a handful of builds. Like obviously being here in the shop, we've done like a few restos. Like we have a couple customers that wanted what was it, 84 Softail, and he wanted it like as original as possible, which was crazy because it's a 1 year or first year bike, and then it has a kicker on it still, all kinds of crazy stuff. That was fun. That was a full frame up build, like restoration.
Gotcha.
And then a buddy of mine, Phil Mayer, he owns Fancy Rooster Tattoo here in Montrose. He's done a couple full builds with us, where he's got all the direction and all that stuff as far as the taste and all those go. But we've done a big cubic inch Evo Road King for him, where we all the way down and all the way back up with like touching everything.
Yeah.
And then a chopper for him as well, FXE chopper that we did last year. That was that deadline.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there, and
What?
then what else? Oh, we did a crazy ass chopper trike for a guy. He's a local around here. That thing was nuts. He brought us it was like 100 cubic inch shovel, stroker, and board. And then so we put that all together for him. And then he brought us a 4-speed, then the frame, then the front end to build. It was this crazy wide glide, like 12 over wide glide, and these great big old slicks, like not slicks, but like racing meets in the rear.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
It was wild. The thing's really cool. I got a good video of George riding it. It was the shit.
Yeah. So what got you into building bikes?
Building so that's probably just like ADD or ADHD or whatever, like Asperger's or whatever. That started like really young, like BMX bikes and stuff like that. My dad, he was into Jeeps and trucks and all kinds of stuff growing up. So he was always doing like engine swaps and lift kits and all kinds of wild stuff. So motorsports and all that shit, that started early.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So did you get training for motorcycles, or did you just jump in head first and learn it all?
No, head first.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally just in an empty pool.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, that was so I got a bike pretty young. I got an old Ninja when I was like 17, and that was like my first street bike, like first real motorcycle and stuff. And my buddy Phil, he was always like, "That stuff's dumb. Like you're gonna kill yourself and shit." And so then I got into Yamaha choppers, the XS650 choppers.
Yep.
Built like a handful of those, like just real sketchy and really like nothing nice or nothing, like terrible. One brat style and one rigid and all kinds of crap. But so that was like my first introduction into like customizing motorcycles and stuff. But always had like shitty cars or old cars growing up and stuff, or like not even growing up. I still drive pieces of crap that I have to work on and shit. So.
Yeah. That's the way to go. I mean, somehow my screen froze again. It's froze on every one of these episodes so far, but I am still
froze? How do I look? The camera's turned around on me. I don't know. I'm talking to a lane.
Yeah, you're moving around good. I don't know why I don't know if my phone overheats. Maybe next time I'll try to do from my iPad. But
it's Are you making a good face? Last time it was pretty good.
I was like laughing mid freeze, so I have like a funny weird smile. But it's I even like last time it's like every time somebody calls me and it like freezes. So this time I put my phone on focus and all that stuff, and I don't know, it still froze somehow. So, but what I was gonna say, yeah, that's kind of like my story too. Like I had old cars as a teenager, and one of those things you can't afford somebody to work on it. You got to figure it all out yourself. And I bought my first Harley when I was like 29, I think, and it was a '69 Ironhead, and you got to work on it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so just kind of
my first Harley was a '74 Ironhead. I still have it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you still have it? Lucky. I wish I had mine still. I love that bike.
You want to buy mine?
No. I got bikes I'm selling, dude. I got too many.
Ironheads. No, I bought that from a tweaker village in like Cottonwood, Arizona. That was nuts.
Oh yeah.
That was just, I was going there for an XS650 chopper, and I was like, that thing's cool enough by itself. And so the guy ended up throwing in the Ironhead on the deal, and all of a sudden I had a Harley. So,
yeah. There's something about them. Let's be honest.
Everything changed. Now it's like I love all bikes. I really do. I like them all.
Yep.
But
I like motorcycles.
The customization and the aftermarket supporting Harley Davidson. Like you can try Triumph and those XSs. They have a big like following and all that. Yep. But man, as far as like 6 speeds go and all the like great stuff for like going down the road, it's
There's nothing like a Harley, man. There's companies that try to compete, but in the reality, it's not the same. It's I don't know. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like I like motorcycles as a whole. I like when anybody rides anything. It's fun, but I only own Harleys for a reason. If I were to get anything else, I'd probably get like a BMW or something just real dumb. You know what I mean? Like, give me all the bells and all the whistles. I don't want to have.
Yeah.
I don't want to be halfway there. Let's go full dumb and get like
Go
a
full
brand new Gold
spaceship.
Wing.
Yeah. Those
You know? So,
FBO6s or whatever. Those things are
yeah,
pretty intriguing.
yeah. My buddy
I
had
have
one
a
of
buddy
those.
who rides one,
Yep.
and it's the one without the tour pack and all that crap.
Yep.
And
Same.
it just goes like that thing's incredible. And my bike is screaming and fucking
Oh
going,
yeah.
and he's just like,
Yeah, we got a friend that went from Harleys. He had some really nice Harleys and went to those BMWs, those fucking cop looking bikes and shit, and then he's had like he had two of those, and then he got a Harley again, and it was very short lived and went back to those, and it's like, yeah, you're going from a spaceship to basically to something on concrete wheels, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
technology is
animated
different in that
technology and
control.
all that crap, man. That stuff's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
way
it's
too
crazy.
fast. Talking about you brought up school. George, I work for him.
Yep.
He was one of the instructors at the first MMI down in Arizona.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the guy who was, I don't know, coordinating the school or opening the school caught George at a gas station. Well, he was on a road trip and was telling him about the school that they're opening and they need teachers and all this stuff. So George was back there like clearing I think it was like 91,
Wow.
89 to 91, somewhere in there. But George was there for a little bit.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
yeah, hanging with him is kind of like being in school.
He still teaches the same
on
way.
the daily. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But at the same
He's a
time, man,
surprising dude for 81.
being around those people that have that knowledge and have that real knowledge because they've done it, that's invaluable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like
You-
it's probably on the daily that it's new stories, or something that it's definitely on the daily something that I didn't know
Yep.
or watch him do it's pretty incredible. I'm super fortunate. Like
Yeah.
kind of fell into it here.
Yeah. And that's like a thing that people don't realize too. Like it's, we live again, I think I talked about this last time. We live in a time where, you can learn anything on the internet.
Yeah.
Which we're all very fortunate to have that. But the fact of like when I learned to work on old cars and stuff, well, there wasn't the internet then. I mean, I'm old. I'm 42 years old. When I was
Yeah.
16, I was
No,
16 in the
yeah,
90s.
YouTube and instructional videos. That was the
Yeah.
same way for me. That wasn't until like the 20 teens when it was like,
Yeah.
what? I can fucking do this on YouTube. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, back
And
then
it'll get you so far, but you have to watch like 50 videos on what you're trying to learn, and then pick the best parts out of each of those videos that apply to you because that person that you're learning from might not do it the same way. They might, life experiences and stuff. So.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the hard
different.
part too now. Now with like we have so much knowledge, you almost got to pick out who actually knows what they're doing versus who's trying to fake it till they make it know what they're
Yeah,
doing. You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
And yeah, there's a funny line there of like trial and error and
Yep.
failing and all that, and the facade. It's
Yep.
like
100%.
like yeah.
Yeah. The guys that go rub dirt on their shirt to be dirty are the guys that get dirty.
I didn't have time to change.
Oh, I did a handlebar job today. I'm dirty, so my wife's trying to take me to dinner tonight because I'm leaving for the weekend. But I'm like, oh, I better change my shirt. But no, I'm excited to see this bike come together for you, man. This thing's it looks like it's gonna be really fun and really cool bike. I'd love to be able to jump on another episode, as you get further along in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so, and just kind of get a refresher through it. If that's something you want to do. I know some of you guys kind of don't want to do, maybe want to unveil it, at the finish line, and I get that too. But if you're interested in doing another show, and then maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before the deadline, I'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, we'll see for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'll keep in touch with you. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun bike to ride. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
I've been noticing that kind of key factor throughout doing some of the guys at the FXR Tour, that the bikes are well thought through and they look like they're all going to be very fun bikes to ride, man.
Yeah. What's your favorite so far?
I haven't
What's your
seen all of them
favorite so
yet.
far?
I mean, my favorite of the day is yours today, but I haven't
I'm
looked at
talking to you
all.
today, so it's
Yeah,
yours.
I haven't seen them all yet. I did a really fun one with Mikey from Nine Finger.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see that bike to come together. Um, I'm gonna, pick somebody else today to do another episode with next week. I'm gonna see if Joe Kidd has some time. Maybe we can see what he's got going on.
Are
So
you
I have
sticking with FXRs and stuff, or the
no,
tour, or are you
no,
looking?
I'm taking it because this series is a new series that I want to kick off and do. I'm taking advantage because I kind of did it at the right time, the right time for the right idea, and you guys all have bikes on the lift. So
Yeah.
it's just, and the reality of the series, I'm just looking to talk to people who are doing some fun shit. It doesn't matter where they're at on their, I guess, build a journey of knowledge, like, from a guy that's just doing some basic stuff on their Dyna to a guy who's doing full builds like everybody is on the FXR Tour. I just
Yeah.
want to talk to people and see
All
what's
levels.
got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's tight. So that'll be
yeah,
great.
I figured just to get the thing kicked off and get the episodes moving along. Again, I'm just taking advantage of what you guys all got going on, and it just kind of was the right timing, right place. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So
No,
I'm
it's
just
a bitchin' series. I've really liked it so far. I suffered through your first episode. Gotta say
yeah.
that. I did. I watched the whole thing. I did. I listened to the whole thing.
Oh,
Like,
I appreciate it, man. And it's cool because like if you can't catch it, at least it lives on YouTube and people can always watch it later down the road.
yeah,
A lot of it's mostly listening to, so people can listen to it in the car if they want, like almost like a podcast. You know what I mean? But I thought the kind of bringing it live and like you did, you answered a question that was in the chat. I just think it has like a fun little factor.
yeah, for sure.
So, well, thanks
Yeah,
for coming
great
on,
series.
man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you
Absolutely.
taking the time. Again, excited to see it come on. I'll keep in touch with you in the next couple of weeks and see if we can get you to get back on if you have the time to do it, and we'll go from there.
And if it's not this one, we have 6 lifts in here, and there's always
Yep.
some.
We always got something to talk about.
Yeah, all these
Perfect.
nightmares.
Well, if I don't talk to you before then, I will see you in Texas because I'll be there. So I will.
Bitchin', looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll see you at the finish line, my friend.
Sick, dude.
All right, Chuck. Take care, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks.
Bye.